Good afternoon, my dear students. How are you all doing?
Good afternoon, ma'am. Alhamdulillah, fine.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
How's everything?
Alhamdulillah, good.
Okay. Um, lecture 10. Today is lecture 10. One second. Week 10, lecture 10. So let us start directly. With today's material. Okay. And I have an announcement for you at the end of the class. Okay. I already shared. Yes, here it is. We will be looking at theme 4, if you remember. Theme 4 is all about sports. And we will be looking today at reading and grammar as well. We have so many points to cover in this unit. Unfortunately, we won't be able to finish it all today, or we maybe also next time we will need the whole class to be able to finish the theme. Anyways, let us start. It's all about sports and leisure, and last time we had an idea about classifying sports, and we said how to classify them in the listening part. Today we will be looking, and we also discussed the writing for and against essay. The for and against essay is very important. You will have one in your TMA, and you will have to choose either to write a descriptive essay or a for and against essay. Just give me a second. Okay. The for and against essay, and you will have also a descriptive essay, and you will have to choose one of them to write an essay about. We'll talk about the TMA at the end of the class. Today we will be looking at grammar and reading. Grammar from the whole theme, and reading specifically, we'll be reading one of the passages as usual. If we go to the book, page 106, please. Let me open the book here. Okay, 106. Yes, here. The first grammar point that we will be looking at is using prepositions after verbs. And we know that some verbs are followed by certain prepositions, and when we attach this preposition to the verb, the meaning of the verb changes. The meaning of the verb changes. Let us read the skills check. Some verbs are always followed by a preposition. You should learn to recognize the sound of the whole phrase. This is regarding pronunciation. Don't bother about it. Examples consist of, rely on, sum up. Some verbs are followed by different prepositions with a change in meaning. So look at the example. Look at is different from look up, is different from look for, is different from look after. Although they are the same verb, but just attaching to look different prepositions give different meanings to the verb to look. So look at means you use your eyes. Look up, you use a dictionary. Look up a difficult word in a dictionary. Look for, you try to find out. Search. Look after means to take care of. Other verbs as well have the same idea of look, but maybe look is the most clear and vivid example in front of us. Let us do then the exercise. Number 2, write a preposition to complete each phrasal verb for the meaning given. And I want you to know something very important, that a verb plus a preposition is called a phrasal verb. A verb plus a preposition is called a phrasal verb. The verb on its own without a preposition is just called a verb. But as long as we attach to it a preposition, we have a different name, which is the phrasal verb. So these are considered, look at, look up, look for, look after, are considered examples of phrasal verbs, which means that they are what we call just want to put it here a little bit far. Okay, so phrasal verb equals verb plus preposition. Preposition هو حرف الجر. Like for example, look at, turn on, put on, take off. All of these are considered phrasal verbs. Okay, let us start by the first one. Blow up, like you blow up. Okay. Explode, which means to explode. Number B, find. What is find?
Find out.
Okay, find out. Very good. This was Hafsa?
Yes.
Okay, Hafsa and Aqila as well, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the first one, I will write them here. Find out means find out, just as it is, to discover. Give means return something. Give
Back.
give back. This is Hiba as well?
Yes.
Okay. See, I'm now able to recognize your voices. Go, rise.
Go up.
Go up.
I need more of participation from those silent, inactive students, please. This is really very important. You want to lose the marks of participation? Fine. Okay. Keep, continue.
Keep on.
Keep on. Okay. Look.
After.
Means to take care of. Put means postpone.
Put off.
No, put on your clothes, but it is put off. Put off. So put on your clothes, this means to get dressed. Put off means to postpone. Sort, organize.
Out.
Sort out, very good. Okay. Take, remove.
Take
off, very good. The gentleman, what's your name, please?
Said Mahmoud.
Said Mahmoud. Okay, very good. So take off your clothes. Put on and take off your clothes, which means remove. Think, consider.
Think
about something. Very good. Very good. Turn, which means to start something. Turn on, I have already said it. And the last one, work, understand. Work out. Okay, to understand something. Okay, very good. Now, let us write a phrasal verb from exercise 2 in each space. This is a little bit of a challenging exercise. But anyways, such exercises you can have either in quiz 2 or in your final exam. Again, open brackets, you have choices and you need to choose one of the phrasal verbs. You have here from A until L to choose from. Okay. Let me write here the answers. Or I can just leave this. That's the problem here with this interactive book. Anyways, try to the meaning of the word before you look it up in a dictionary.
Work out.
Very good, dear. Very good. Work out. Try to understand. Try to figure it out. Very good. Can you the money tomorrow?
Give
Give back.
Back. Very good. Number C. Give me a few moments to the problem.
Sort out.
Sort out. Very
Sort out.
good. Very good. Number D, sorry. We will have to the meeting. I have to go to Germany tomorrow.
Put
Put
off.
off.
Postpone.
Put off, which means to postpone. Number E. Could you the television? I want to watch the news.
Turn on.
And the opposite of turn on is turn off, of course, huh? And also for the light, switch on and switch off. For the AC, switch on and switch off. Okay, the last one, F. Did you the name of the inventor of the petrol engine?
Find out.
Find out.
Find out. Very good. So these are the answers. Together, the verb and the preposition have a different meaning from the word or the verb itself. So work out is different from work on its own. Give back is different from give on its own. Be careful with this. Okay, what else we need to look at here? Must and should. These model verbs. Just I want to know which page. Page 111, yes, page 111. Here, skills check number 3. Must and should. Which one or in which cases do we need to use must and in which cases we should use should? Let us start by reading the skills check first. Okay. We use the model must for obligation. So we know that must is used for obligation, for rules. When something, you must do it. Ilzam, igbar, it's an obligation. It's a rule. It's a regulation. There is no way out. You must do it. To talk about the rules of a sport, for example, the rules of the university, the rules of your workplace, and so on. These are things that you need to follow by heart. We use, on the other hand, the modal verb should for advice. You are advising or you're giving a piece of advice to the person in front of you to talk about the best way to play a game, for example, from your own point of view. It is not part of the rules, but it is just an advice. Like, for example, you should stop smoking. This is an advice. I am your friend, I am your colleague at work, and I'm just giving you a piece of advice. You should stop smoking. Maybe your teacher will tell you, you should start studying, you should participate more in class. Again, this is an advice. Okay? An obligation will be you must participate in class to earn the marks for participation. So this is the rule. Look at the examples. The pitch must measure at least 90 meters by 45 meters. This is the football pitch. Okay, this is a rule. There has no here a chance for an advice. Players mustn't use their hands in football, of course. On the other hand, if I want to give an advice or a piece of advice, you will say attackers should stay in their opponent's half most of the time to be able to score, or defenders shouldn't try to score goals. It is the job or the role of attackers and not defenders in football. Okay, so must for obligation, should for advice, as simple as that. If we go to page 179, or and 180 in the language reference. Okay, let us go move here to the language or the grammar reference and see more of the uses and more of the examples. Theme 4. All about modal verbs. So it is not only here should and must, but we need also to know about all of the modal verbs. We already have an idea. We discussed this before in one of the themes. Remember when we said can for possibility, must for order, law, obligation, should for an advice, will for a promise, and could for ability. So I can come tomorrow. This is a possibility. There is a possibility, there is a chance that I can come tomorrow. You must not smoke here. This is an order or a law. You should not talk so much. This is an advice. We will not be late. This is a promise. I promise I will not be late. I promise I will study hard. They could do the exercise. This is the ability to do something. So we have possibility and we have ability. Okay. We also can use models in yes/no questions. For example, can you use this computer? So here I am asking about possibility. Must I finish today? Should he stay at college? Will we be late? Could they do the exercise? And the answers, because these, remember, they are closed questions, the answers are either yes or no. So you can say, yes, I can, no, I can't, yes, you must, no, you mustn't, and so on. I'm just reviewing what we covered before. Also, we can use modals or modal verbs, the ones that we have in the box on page 179, with the WH questions or this open type of questions. When can I use this computer? Why must you leave now? When should he come this week? How will we get there? What could they do for the exercise? So it's just a repetition of what we discussed before. I just want to draw your attention that the modal verbs are helping verbs in all cases, which means they are auxiliaries, which means they can't come on their own. So I just can't say I can tomorrow. Yes, I can do what? You should smoking. What should I do? So any modal verb should be followed by an infinitive without to. So all modals or modal verbs should be followed by a verb in the infinitive form without to. فعل في المصدر without to. So should ooh, stop, must leave, can play, could swim, will help, and so on. With the negative, it's just you add not, will not help, for example, should not stop, and so on. Okay, if you look at the question forms, whether if it is the yes no question, here you start with the modal verb. So in the yes no question, the structure will be as follows: the modal verb plus the subject plus the main verb, then the rest of the question. In the WH question, you start with the WH word, like who, why, when, and so on, plus the modal verb, then plus the subject, then plus the main verb, then the rest of the question. I always like to explain English grammar in the form of equations, معادلات, or I put them with plus equal, okay? Because I consider grammar the math of any language, okay? So this is the format, this is the template if you want to call it. Follow suit. And I want you to keep this in mind when you are writing your sentences, because again, from the very few students, the 2 or 3 students who sent me essays, that you are still struggling with the SVO complement structure of the sentence. So many sentences that I read that doesn't contain a verb or there is no subject. This is not right. So whenever you write a sentence in your essay, you need to make sure that the sentence has these elements. العناصر بتاعة الجملة متواجدة في الجملة. Otherwise, if there is something missing, this means that your sentence is incorrect. So you need to figure out, sort out what is the problem with your sentence. So far, so good, my dear students. Do you have any questions? Anything that you want to ask about? Yes or no?
No, I don't have.
Only Aqila?
No, ma'am. No question.
Okay, so I will just consider that if you didn't reply, so this means that you are okay. Otherwise, you would have replied. Okay, so let us go back to the theme. Page 116, was it? Or 11, I think. Yeah, yes, here, 111. Let us open the question and let us start answering the question about must and should. Okay, complete these rules from the game of football with must or mustn't and a suitable verb from the box. So it is only must or mustn't and a suitable verb from the box. It's all about the rules of football. There, an area around the goal, which is called the penalty area. What can we write here?
Must
Must
be.
or mustn't first? Sorry?
Must be.
Must.
Okay, B. The gentleman, what's your name?
Said Mahmoud.
Okay, Said Mahmoud. So there must be. The goalkeeper, the ball with his or her hands outside the goal area.
Must not touch.
Very good. Must not touch, or you can write it as mustn't. Let us write it as mustn't, like this. Okay. The goalkeeper clothes of a different color from the opponent's clothes.
Must wear.
Must
Yeah.
Must wear. Okay. The interval between the two halves more than 15 minutes.
Mustn't
The
last.
break between the two halves of the game.
Must not last.
Okay, very good. Mustn't, huh? Mustn't last. The
Last.
gentleman, what's your name?
Said Mahmoud.
Okay, it's you again. Okay, thank you, Said Mahmoud. I'll call you Mahmoud. Is it okay with you?
Yeah.
Okay. The ball, the whole of the goal line to score.
Must cross.
Must cross. You need to be familiar with football to be able to answer such a question. Okay, when the ball goes out of play at the sides of the pitch, a player the ball in.
Must throw.
Must throw.
Very good. Must throw. Okay. Number G, a player, another player with his or her hands.
Mustn't.
Mustn't push.
Mustn't push. The other gentleman, what's your name? Muad, okay. And the last one, the referee, extra time for injuries and substitutions.
Must allow.
Must allow.
Allow. Okay, so these are the answers. And I want you also to have an idea about the words. What is a penalty area? What is a goalkeeper? What is an opponent? A pitch, goal, score, injuries, substitutions, a referee, a player, and so on. Let us check our answers. They are all correct. If you want to take a picture of your answers. Okay, let us move to something else. Let us see what we have to do today as well. Okay, we will move to the reading part. We will start with the vocabulary for reading, and then we are going to read this text titled, Can You Play for Army Groups? And we will be doing reviewing vocabulary, and we will be doing something very small regarding the grammar point related to the reading part. So let us move to page 113. These questions are really very important. And if you noticed, this is from where I get you the questions for quiz 1. And definitely I'll get you from these questions, not the same exact sentences, but something similar for quiz 2. So I want you to be careful with that. Okay, I want you to study very well for your TMA and for your quiz 2, so that you are ready for your final exam. Let us start by simple board games. Can you give me an example of a board game? A board game. Sorry? Raise your voice. Huh?
Monopoly.
Monopoly, very good, Monopoly. This is Muad, right?
Amin.
Amin, okay, very good, Amin. The Monopoly, the snake and the ladder, the one that we used to play when we were kids. Ludo here. There is also those.
Sudoku.
Sudoku, yeah, no, Sudoku is not a board game. It's anything that you play on a board. If you're playing Sudoku on a board, okay. But do you play Sudoku on a board? Anything that you play on a board, on a table and on a board.
Chess.
Huh? Chess, very good. There is also a very popular Bahraini board game that you play during Ramadan, but I can't remember the name. Can you help me in this?
Kera, maybe.
Yeah, this one, I think, right? It's a board game, right, Aqila?
Yes.
Okay.
Can we sort out domino as a board game?
Yes.
I think so.
Like chess.
Since you said chess, so also, but I will go for board games, those games that are played on a board. So, but maybe we can consider them because you play it in the end on a table and you're sitting. It's not like football or volleyball or swimming or cycling. It's different. where there is no much of an action, but you use your mind, you use your brains, you think. So here it is what we call not motor skills, but here you are using, remember those skills, you are using your brain, thinking. Okay, choose or circle the correct form to complete each sentence. This is a very important question, and you can have similar questions in the TMA like this. When you use or you need to choose the best part of speech, نوع الكلمة, the best form of the word to complete the meaning of the sentence. Competitive and competition come from the same family of the verb to compete, but competitive is an adjective, competition is a noun. I need to figure out, what does the sentence need? Does the sentence need the adjective form of the verb, or the noun form of the verb, or the verb itself, or the adverb, and so on? So in the TMA, we will get you sentences. Remember, I got you something like this in the quiz 1. We will get you sentences, and we will ask you to choose the correct sentence. So the correct sentence could be in terms of grammar, in terms of the correct use of words, in terms of capital letters, in terms of punctuation like full stops, commas, question marks, in terms of the correct use of capital letters. Remember, proper nouns need to be capitalized, names of countries, names of cities, and so on. Let us start. Many schools make sport compulsory.
Competitive.
Okay, competitive. Very good. Compulsory means it is a must. It is an obligation that they play competitive sports. Team games help in the physical of children.
Development.
Development, because physical is an adjective. I can't have an adjective and after the adjective a verb. I need a noun. Children learn to different parts of the body.
Coordinate.
To coordinate. Again, after to, I need a verb. Coordination can't come here. I need a verb. See how many points you need to think about before you take the right decision. They also improve there with other children.
Cooperation.
Cooperation. Team games teach children about different
Roles.
roles. Very good, not different role, because I said different, so means more than one. For example, should not try to score goals all the time.
Defenders.
Very good. They can also help children to deal with the winning and losing. They are certainly very useful for
Sporty.
Sporty? Sporty? Okay. Sporty. Very good. Number 9, but other activities like can also be valuable.
Aerobics.
Okay. Perhaps schools should children to choose between different types of physical activity.
Allow.
Okay. Let us see our answers. All of them are correct if you want to take a photo of the correct answers or a picture of the correct answers. Okay. Let us do understanding vocabulary in context. In the quiz, again, you will have a reading passage and answer, and in the final exam, you need to try and understand the difficult words, the vocabulary, the new items that you haven't seen before, depending on their position in the text, their context, the siyaq. Try to figure out, to sort out, to understand, even if the word is new to you. Complete this information about the game Ludo. Use a word or words from the box in each case. Make any necessary changes. We are not going to take the word as it is and put it, but we need to do also necessary changes. Let us start by the first one. The game is played by 2, 3, or 4.
Player.
What do you think?
Players.
Player? One player?
No,
Player.
player.
Players.
Players.
This is the change that you need to do. It is played on a with 4 colored areas. See, this is the
Board.
picture on a board. Very good. Each player has 4 colored, we call them
Pieces.
pieces. So you have pieces, you have pieces in chess, you have pieces in Ludo. They are called pieces. The players take
Turn.
turns, not rolls, turns. So this is my turn, then this is your turn. Okay?
Each player throw the dice.
Each player throws the dice.
Dice.
Very good. Oh. Lial Zahra, this one, the one in the picture. Okay, very good. He or she moves the same number of
Squares.
squares. Because in the picture, the Ludo is in squares. Then one of the opponents has a
Turn.
turn again. Sometimes a piece
Lands.
Lands
on a square which has an opponent's piece. The opponent must move his or her piece to the start. You must throw the exact number of squares to get
Home.
Objective.
to get home. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay. The of the game is to get all your playing pieces to the center of the board.
The objective.
Objectives.
The objective, how to win. Are board games, psychologists say?
Educational.
Educational. Psychologists say that 7 simple games like Ludo teach children to their actions in real life.
To plan.
Plan. Okay. Let us check the answers. Okay. They are all correct. If you want to take also a picture. All of this, or all of these are that you need to know how to use them. Okay, great. And again, I'm reminding you with the vocabulary boxes that you will find across the themes, scattered across the themes. Okay, let us start by looking at the reading for today. Can you play 4 army groups? 4 army groups. This is a name, or this is a kind of game. If you look at the 3 illustrations here on page 115 inside the text, these 3 pictures, what will the text be about? What do you think the text will be about?
It will be about games.
Games? What kind of games?
Board games.
Board games, okay. But do we have here in one of the illustrations, or in one of the picture, we have a horse and a jockey? Maybe, I'm not sure, we will see. Okay, so Aqila is saying it's about board games. Do you have any other suggestion? No? Okay, let us go and do number B together. Predicting content. I hope here we will have the text in front of us. Just takes some time to open. Let me try and open it again. Okay, yes. Predicting content. Maybe this is a better view for you. What are we supposed to do? Study the section headings in the text. Which section will each sentence below appear in? We have here 5 sections and we need to check according only to reading the headings, those in yellow or highlighted in yellow. So the first heading is history. The second heading is the playing pieces. So it is more or less like what Aqila said. Pieces, this has to be in board games. Okay, how to play, how to win. You can know how to play, but you don't know how to win or to score. The game today. So we have history and we have the game today. So here we have a comparison between the past and the present. Okay, what do you think section 1 about? History. Will it be about 8 of the men are called pawns? It is estimated. The objective of the game from India, 1 player. Which one?
From India.
Okay, from India, it was taken to Persia in the 6th century. When we're talking about history, you have to figure out that, or to try and find the sentence that has a little bit of history or a date, an old date. Very good, Aqila. Okay, I need more of you to speak up, please. Section 2 is all about the playing pieces. So what do you think will be the best answer?
8 of
Eight of the men are called.
This one?
Yes.
Okay. How to play, number 3.
One player's move.
Okay, 1 player moves, then the other player moves. Section 4. How to win.
The objective of
The
the
objective.
game.
Okay, and the last one, which is the game today. It is estimated that there are now 300 million players worldwide. Okay, so we need to know, what is this game? Any idea before we start?
Chess.
Chess. Okay, very good, very good. How it was played in the past, or the history, who invented the game? You have here in the history part, and who and how to play it, or the playing pieces, how to play and how to win, and the game today. Okay, we're not going to read the whole thing. Remember what we do in scanning? We go and we read the questions and go back and try and answer the questions. There is no need to read the whole text, but of course, because I want to do everything with you in class, you need to read the text after the class when you are studying. Okay? Type. It's not showing here. Okay. Let us start. Where does this game come from? You tell me which section I go to. The first 4, from the first 4. You know that there are 5 sections. But the question tells you that you read the questions below, then read the first 4 sections of the text below and take the best answer. We will do it quickly, easier. Here is the question. Where does this game come from? You tell me which section to go and read. Huh?
Section 1, Persia.
Section 1, the history. Okay. Read it very quickly. Try to get for me the answer. And I want you all to do this exercise. All of you. Okay, so what will be the answer? Where does this game come from? Sanskrit, India, or Persia?
Persia.
India.
India or Persia?
Persia.
India or Persia? Huh?
From India.
Okay.
I think it's from Persia.
Okay, let us see. When did the game first appear? Again, first appear, so we'll go back to the history part. Remember the three options.
Around 0
yeah.
BCE.
Around 0 BCE.
Okay. BCE, this is before Christ, I think, yes. Okay. How did the game reach Europe?
Through Persia to Arabia, then to
Persia
Spain.
to Arab.
Okay. Where do the names of the pieces come from?
From several
From
languages.
several languages.
How you know? If you go here to the playing pieces. See? For example, the name of the main piece in English is king. In Persia, it's called Shah, which means king. In Sanskrit, it is called Roca. In Spanish, it is called Pon. It's called something else. So as you said, from several languages. How do you play the game? So we go here to how you to play.
Players take it in turns.
A, very good. Players take it in turns. بالأدوار. How do you win the game?
You stop your
Go
opponent's
to
king
the-
from winning.
Okay. You will B or C?
Checkmate.
C.
See.
C.
C. You stop your opponent's king from moving. Okay, let us check our answers. Very good. You nailed it. If you want to take a picture. So it is not Persia, huh? It's India. Okay. I want you to read the text in full after the class. Because some words maybe will be new to you, but more or less this is an easy one. Okay, and if you look here at this writing for and against, the assignment that I gave it for you as an assignment if you are interested. Okay. Look at number D, please. What sort of information do you expect to follow each preposition? For example, what is the actual information in each case? The game was first played in. So here I expect that what after in will be?
India.
A place. You don't have to say what exactly. A place. In a place. Okay? From India, it's taken to You expect it will be
A place.
to
A place.
another place. Very good. Or another country. The game is for
Okay.
People.
people, for kids, whatever. The name Ru comes from
Language.
Language.
a language. Very good. The game is now on here. The game is now one of the most popular in the world. Okay? It is even in the annual Olympiad. Educationalists believe the game develops children's critical thinking and problem-solving skills. It is now on the curriculum of primary schools in over 30 countries around the world. Okay? So this is just something to help figure out what to include after a preposition if you have this to do. Okay, reviewing vocabulary. What will come next in each case? I will try just to maximize it here a little bit. Okay, look at the example. This game was first played in India over, so I need here a period of time. I will open. Okay. It was called, so what I expect here to have. It was called.
Name.
So
The
I
name.
need a name. Okay.
We
So
should
what is the
the name.
name? It was called, chess was called before Chaturanga. Like we call it Chaturang. Okay? Chaturang. Okay, this was it. How was it called before? Okay, from India it was taken, as you said, place.
Place.
What is the place?
Persia.
Persia.
If you remember.
Persia.
Persia, very good. Said Alaa, right?
Yes.
Very good. Okay. Number 4. The name of the main piece in English is?
The
Origin.
word Shah.
Origin. Very good. What is the name of the main piece?
The Persian word Shah.
Sorry?
The Persian word Shah.
Okay. Shah or players, or the players themselves.
Yes.
So the name of the main piece in English is, it's Shah, it's called king, by the way. Okay, so here we are talking about the origins. We are talking about word in another language, king, Shah, and so on. Okay. Number 5. The game is for?
Two
Number of
players.
players.
Two players.
So here we need the number of players. Very good. The number of players. And you said 2
Two players.
players will be playing this game. Very good. Number 6. A player takes an opponent's piece if?
It is
Action.
for action.
Action. Very good.
For moving in.
Is he or she lands on the same square.
Squares,
Okay?
yes.
And when you land on the same square, what happens? You remove the piece of your opponent, right? And you take the place.
Yes.
Okay.
You take it off.
Yes. Very good. Number 7. The most important piece is?
Name of
The king.
the king.
Okay, the name, of course, and the most important piece in chess is the king, of course.
King.
We have to put it as the king. Only have one king in chess. Okay, number 8, the objective of the game, which means how to win. So this is the
Capture
objective.
the king.
To
Capture
capture the king.
the king means to
Take it.
take the king. Okay.
To say
Number 9,
checkmate.
one player must
We use the checkmate words
action.
in
Very good.
the winning.
Okay, so one player to win the game, to take action and to win the game, you trap the opponent. And by the way, these are coming from text. These are coming from the text. Opponent, you trap the opponent's king somewhere on the board, so board. So
the game finished, doctor, after you trap the opponent's king and he cannot move it to anywhere. So then we say checkmate.
very good. So you trap the opponent's king somewhere on the board so he cannot move. And then, as Ala said, it is checkmate.
Checkmate.
Very good. The last one, if the opponent's king cannot move, what will be the result?
Other one said checkmate. They say checkmate.
The player or the opponent, the player says check mate. Very good. So it seems that you know how to play chess, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Do you have any questions, guys? Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Oh. I want you to look at this.
The TMA.
Please, yes, please. Sorry?
I have questions about the TMA.
The TMA later, Ale. At the end of the class, I will talk about TMA. Let us look at this. Okay, study these sections of the text. What do the underlined words mean? Let us look at the texts from the reading. This India over 2,000 years ago. Real soldiers were used then and real pulling chariots. Then, from India, it was taken to Persia in the 6th century. Arab traders learned the pastime there. The Arabs took the game back to their own countries in the 7th century. It spread to China shortly after then, and from there to Korea and Japan. Arabs also carried it to Spain. People played it there 12th century. So we have then, there. Why it is important to know the difference between these words? Because most of the students have a problem identifying which there to use. Is it there, the T-H-E-R-E, or is it there, the T-H-E-I-R? When to use then and when to use there as well. Okay, so we need to study this closely. Look at the skills check. we use then and there for referring back. Instead of repeating the same word, you refer to this word that you used before using then or there. Are they the same in meaning? Of course not. Writers refer back in a text with the words then and there back to a date or time. Date or time. So then is for date or time. There, back to place. Easy. So when I want to refer back to a date or time, I will use then. If you look here at the first example, real soldiers were used then. What does then here refer back to?
Years.
The date that I have. What is the date that I have in the previous sentence?
Over 2,000 years.
Very good, 2,000, very good. So instead of repeating again 2,000 years ago, I will just replace it with then. Look at there back to a place. Look at the second example. From India, it was taken to Persia in the 6th century. Arab traders learned the pastime there.
That would be Persia.
There refers back to what?
Persia.
Persia, very good. Very good. Because Persia, which is Iran nowadays, it is closer to us than India. Okay, so Arabs took it from Persia, then from India. Pastime, what is pastime?
Is it past? Yeah, something happened in the past?
No. No.
Past.
It's one word. It's like a hobby, an activity that you do regularly for entertainment, for enjoyment. This is your hobby. For hobby is to play chess, to play football. So this is what we call a pastime. So chess, shatarunga, is a pastime. Pastime. Okay, be careful. Excuse me, can introduce the next action. When you say then, third, then, next, first, then, next, and so on. There can also introduce a piece of information. For example, one player moves, then the other player moves. Sequence. There are now 300 million players worldwide. There are now 300 million players worldwide. And here is a subject of the sentence, which indicates or which introduces a new piece of information. Okay, so extract one, we said then is
7th century.
This one. What about extract number 2 there? Said Persia. You gave me the answers. What about here, this one? Extract 3. From India, it was taken to Persia. Number 3. The Arabs took the game back to their own countries in the 7th century. There.
The
Arabs, there. يعني ايه there يعني مالتهم بتاعتهم. Okay. Then we have it spread to China shortly after then.
The 7th century.
7th century.
So yes, so this is wrong. So this is this. Okay. And there, the other one, and from there to Korea and Japan. It's
China.
China. Okay. And the last one, Arabs also carried it to Spain. People
Spain.
played it there by the 12th century. So it is
Spain.
Spain. Let's check our answers. Yes, they are correct. Okay. Very important. And you can have a question like this in the TMA, where we confuse you. We get you there, the other there, and then, and we put them in the wrong position in the sentence, and we ask you to choose the right sentence or the correct sentence based on the correct use of there, and then. So I want you, look, my dear students, my advice to you, English is not just, you're not going to أحفظ memorization. No, I need to be able to know the language. How will I know the language? By practicing it, by answering so many questions. Okay, I know the rule, but if I just know the rule, like mathematics, if I know the rule and I'm not applying the rule on questions, or I'm not solving problems, no use, no benefit. I won't benefit in anything at all. So I need to apply, I need to answer questions. And if you notice, I just not put only for you my slides. My slides are just guidelines. I also put for you exercises. Look at the teams, our teams group, find exercises related to grammar, related to the important points that we cover. And I put them for you PDF and with model answers. So you answer them, you test yourself, and you correct for yourself. So you know what are your weak points, what are your strong points, what you need to work hard on, what you need to review quickly, and so on. It's not only for grammar, it's also for vocabulary, and it is also for writing. And I will keep telling you this until the last day we are going to meet. If you don't practice, point. Okay, I want to go to the language reference or the grammar reference again to see, or page 180, to see if there is here another point that we need to talk about. Okay, so actually it is just, what is this? Referring back using then and there. Polo appeared in the area of modern-day Iran in about 600 BCE. Persian tribes played the game there, so there here is for place. It was called Chogan then at that time. Then here is for time. So this is another example. Polo, you know polo? Not the brand.
The game.
The game, yes, not polo the brand. And by the way, polo the brand is coming from the game where you ride the horse and you have a stick like the golf stick, and you are on the horse and you're playing while you are striking with the stick the goals. And this is one of the royal British games played by the royals, British royals. Okay, just write polo and you will see so many, or you will find many details about it. Okay, what else we have here to look at? C, articles, zero articles. Actually, the zero articles, I will keep them for next time, the zero article. We don't need articles in front of some nouns, right? So you will keep this for next time. Let me check what else we need to cover. If we have time, we can do this together. Okay. So we can do it. We still have time. Okay, let us do it then. Okay, No, I will keep the zero article for next time because there is another thing that I want to do. Yeah, this one, number D, which is related to then and there. This is more important. Let us do this. Why it is taking so much time to open every time. Maybe if I... Okay, it's glitching. Oof, it opened finally. Okay, find and underline the words then and there in text. What does each word refer to? Let us first underline them. Then and there. This is the first one. Help me.
Fifth line then.
More? Let us check again.
The game.
They don't want this there. They don't want this there. They want this there. Okay. Did I miss something?
Yes, ma'am. In line number 3, there. THERE.
Ah, this one. Yes, the game there. Thank you, dear. Did I miss anything else? Okay. Let us check first there. Persian tribes played the game there, perhaps to give some exercise to their horses. There refers back to line 3.
The area of modern day.
Yes, yes. Then in line in line 5 here, perhaps to give, the game was called Chogan then. This is polo, huh? The game was called Chogan then. The first recorded polo match occurred in 600 BCE between the Turkomans and the Persians. Then,
When it was played in ancient Persia.
very good, Aqila. Okay. In 1859, 2 British soldiers saw a polo match there. We need to go to the sentence before. From Persia, the game spread to India. In 1859, 2 British soldiers saw a polo match there. And shortly then, they formed the famous Calcutta Polo Club. So we have there and we have then. We have a place.
There, I think it will be in India.
India. And we have then.
1859.
Very good. We need a date. Very good. There are even polo teams in South America. In fact, the current world champions are from there. So we have 2 there's. Number 5.
There does not refer back, introduces.
Very good. It doesn't refer back, but on the contrary, what does it do? Introduces new information. Let us read it again. There are even polo teams in South America. And the last one, there is South America. Let us answers. Very good. Very good. And here as well, if you want to take a picture of the text itself. See the polo? Huh? You got an idea what is polo now? Here. And are the answers. Okay, so keep the 0 article for next time, inshallah. Are we done with theme four, Ms. Shahenda? Unfortunately, no. We have the zero conditional, we have the zero article, we have also other vocabulary items that we need to look at. We have speaking. We have lots of things to do also as well next time. Okay. I'll keep reminding you, if you want to practice, write a 4-paragraph essay, 250 words on one of the following. Follow the PEG-SPEG structure of writing. I don't have to mention in the test, in the TMA, or in the final exam, is that when you have an argument essay, one point of view, like the first assignment, or for and against essay, where you have 2 points of view, like this is the second and the third assignment, that you use the PEG-SPEG. Khalas, you should know this by heart. And we talked about this last time in details. Last time class is really very important for the for and against essay. You can listen to the recording again. You have also the PDF. It is really very precious. It explains everything for you. I gave you sample examples of an introduction and a conclusion for a for and against essay. Okay? The PEG-SPEG, where you have the point, the idea, you explain it, and you give an example. If you follow this structure, your essay will be organized. You will have lots of things to write about. Everything will be just organized. Okay? But if you don't plan your essay before you start writing, here will come the problem. So my advice to you, and I will put it in the obligation tone, you have to plan before you start writing your essay. In the TMA, you have 1 hour and a half. You have 10 questions, editorial questions, and you have 1 essay to write. You will have 2 topics, 1 descriptive, and 1 for and against or an argument essay for you to choose. So first of all, when you see the 2 topics, choose the one that you know best, that you feel comfortable with, that you understand. Khalas, I chose, for example, let us see that these are the 3 titles that I have in my test, in my TMA or in my final exam. I am familiar, I feel comfortable with the last one. Physical education should be compulsory in secondary schools. Discuss. I know when I see the word discuss, automatically this is a for and against or an argument essay. Point of view, not descriptive. Automatically. So I am familiar, I am comfortable, I know more about this topic. Maybe I practiced writing something similar. So I chose this one. Now, will I start writing? No. I need to give myself 5 minutes to plan, to make an outline. What exactly I am going to write? Will I write an argument, one point of view, where I will say, yes, I agree that physical education should be compulsory in secondary schools? Or I don't agree? Or I am going to give the 2 points of view. I will talk about people who are for the idea and people who are against the idea. So I need to make some kind of a diagram. What exactly I'm going to write? What are the points for? What are the points against? And I need also to come up with my thesis statement, the main idea of the whole essay. What the first paragraph will include, the 4 paragraph. Points 4. Point number 1, the explanation of point number 1 and the example for point 1 following the PEC's PEG. So this will be my first body paragraph. Then my second body paragraph will be about the points against. Again, point number 1. Explain point number 1. Give an example of point number 1. PEC's PEG. Then move to point number 2, and so on. Then I have the conclusion. I can summarize what I explained in paragraph 1, 2, and 3, and come up with a final note, a compromise, or my own belief, my own opinion, or I can just leave it as it is with a summary, restatement of what I said before. So you need to give yourself from 5 to 10 minutes to have a piece of paper next to you, or even in the on LMS where you will have the window for writing. Okay? To outline, to make an outline, a plan, what exactly you're going to do. But just to know, okay, yeah, I know this topic very well. Yalla, let's write. How many mistakes and errors will you commit? Where to place your thesis statement? What will be your hook to catch the attention of your reader? What will be the first paragraph? What will be the second paragraph in the body part? How you're going to end? It's just going to be a mess. This is regarding ideas. خلاص? I made the outline, I started to write. Now I have an essay of 4 paragraphs, 25 words, 20 words. Okay. خلاص, I will just submit my exam? No. You need to proofread and to look for the errors, grammatical errors, the SVOC structure. Make sure you're following it. Spelling mistakes, capitalization. Are you using the proper capital letter per places? Are you putting the right punctuation markers, full stops, commas, question marks if you have questions? Are your sentences full sentences, complete sentences in meaning, or they are just fragments? Like, for example, some students will write, for example, chess. This is not a sentence. This can be part of a sentence, but this is not a sentence. For example, chess is one of the most popular board games. This is what I call a sentence. But for example, Monopoly, this is not a sentence. Okay? Hi, guys. Is this clear?
Yes, doctor, it's clear.
Okay. So let us move to the TMA. When it will be, we gave you a plenty of time to see and to revise and to practice. Saturday, the 23rd of April. We don't have a class? Yes. It's Ramadan? Yes. So kind, we are also giving it to you at 9 p.m. at night when you are relaxing at home, you had your iftar, you prayed, you did everything, you have the coffee, and at your homes, you will open the LMS, you have 90 minutes, 1 hour and a half to answer your TMA. This is not only for section 8, this section, it is for all EL 111. Okay, 20 marks for this TMA. What are you supposed to study? Themes 1, 2, and 3, grammar and vocabulary? No, it is not a matter of studying grammar and vocabulary, but it is studying editing. Editing. And we had so many questions in the right part. There is a missing word. Where is the missing word? Remember? Where is the wrong word? There is an error in the sentence. There is incorrect punctuation. There is incorrect capitalization. There is a spelling mistake. And this is what you do when you read your essay and you proofread and you edit it and you review it and you revise it before you submit it. So it is all related to writing. We'll give you choices. Are we going to have the same questions? No, this is a question bank. And what the 10 questions that will appear, and there are going to be 10 questions for the editing part, each out of 0.5 to help you more gain marks. So for example, Aqila will have 10 questions that are different from Ala, from Mahmoud, from Amin, from Hafsa, from Hiba, from Muadh. And the same will apply to the writing part, which will be 2 essays to choose only one from. A descriptive essay like the one we talked about in themes 1 and 2, a festival, a book you read. I gave you so many examples. Role model, your best friend, your best teacher, a trip you went to, a place you visited. You can also talk about a sport you like, football, to explain and to describe rules of the game, or chess, for example, if you want. It depends on the question. And the other one will be a for and against essay or an argument essay. 1 point of view or 2 points of view. 4 paragraphs. 4 paragraphs, 250 words. Do you have any questions? So it is not the coming Saturday, it is the next Saturday. You have almost 10 days to review and revise. Ala, you had questions.
Yeah, doctor. I make the editing for my essay which I sent to you.
I saw it. I will look back at it. I'm so busy these days. I'm writing exams. I am invigilating and I am working and I am preparing lessons. I will look at it, okay? And definitely I will send you my reply as usual. Don't worry.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Do you have any
Doctor,
other?
can you? Yeah, the essays examples you say we write about a sport or something. If we start practicing the essay for these subjects, we come prepared, and exam time we use what the resources we did it on essays before. So the more we practice, the more samples we have. We wrote it ourselves, so we can is it a chance to get one of these essays in the exam from the
I
same?
don't know. I don't know. We have around 10 questions for the descriptive, and we have around 10 questions for the for and against, and randomly Ala will have 2 from the 20. So are you going to write 20 topics to be prepared? No, my dear students, this is not the way. You should know how to write, not what to write. الأفكار, ideas will come later, but we are helping you here. We are teaching you how to write, but
yes,
not
doctor,
what to write.
I'm speaking about brainstorming. I need to do a brainstorming about the subjects, which I will.
Okay,
at least I have the ingredients, the
hour and a
initial
half.
ingredients for the. Yes.
Listen to me.
Yes.
You have 1 hour and a half. You can have half an hour for the 10 questions of the MCQs, Finish them first because they are only out of 5 marks, and you have 15 marks for the writing. You have 1 hour to write an essay, and this is too much. The final exam, you won't have this luxury of time. In the final, the exam is only for 2 hours. You will have reading, you will have grammar, you will have vocabulary, and you will have an essay writing. The 4 skills. How will you do this in only 2 hours? You won't have only 10 questions, but probably you will have 30 or more. So you need to be prepared, and that's why I kept from the very beginning, from the first day I started explaining the writing, I told you practice. But لا حياة لمن تنادي. I am just speaking to myself. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the people who are not bothering themselves. Right. And this is what I have been telling you. At least you know how to write. Yes, you will brainstorm during the exam, but you know the clue. You have the clue. You have an idea. You have the tips. You practiced. إيدك مشيت في الكتابة. You know your mistakes. You know your errors. Okay.
Yes, doctor. So, inshallah.
How to write and not what to write. How to write. How. The know-how. Okay. Any other questions from other colleagues? Because I need to take your attendance. Sorry, I need to take your attendance as well. Any other questions about EMA? Please take a picture of this. Take a picture of this slide. I want last minute questions. You have to have a very good internet working for the 1 hour and a half. No extension, no makeup for the TMA. Khalas, your exam is on the 18th of May, and we still have a quiz 2 to do. So please, 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 this is really very important. The quizzes together with the attendance, participation, and the TMA, 50 mark, half of your grade. You need to earn as much as you can because the final exam is just one go, 50 marks. Either or. Don't keep it till the end. The more you gain marks and earn marks, the better. You will be relaxed going to the final exam. And by the way, you need to score at least 20 out of 50 to be able to enter the final exam. And I'm sure you know this. Okay. Again, I put for you, if you want to send me an argument essay, I'm willing to correct for you, but don't send me something يعني ليلة الامتحان on Friday the 22nd and ask me to correct it for you. I'm so sorry, I don't work on Fridays. Friday is my day off from everything. And even if you are going to send it to me on Thursday, I won't correct it. I gave you last week and you have until the end of this week, early coming week. Don't leave everything till the end, please. Okay, let me take your attendance. It is already open here. Yes. Today is the 12th. Please open the microphone and say that you're present. Otherwise, I won't be able to see your names. Why it is not opening? Okay. Do you have any questions before we just? And when I say your name, you can just leave, huh? اوكي. محمد عبد القادر. محمد عبد القادر is not here. فاطمة عبد الله زينل. فاطمة عبد الله زينل not here. سيد محمد سعيد not here. نور أكرم.
Present,
نور.
doctor.
Thank you, dear. سيد محمود, he's here. مريم علي عبد الله.
Yes.
Thank you, dear. محمد جميل صالح.
Yes, doctor.
رازق.
Yes, doctor.
Thank you. حسن علي.
حسن علي عبد الله.
Yes, حسن علي عبد الله مكي.
Yes.
محمد رجا.
Yes.
عبد الله أسامة. عبد الله أسامة. محمد خليل not here. إنزمام العزيز. I'm saying it right.
Present.
Okay. معاذ is here. حسين علي عبد الشهيد. حسين علي عبد الشهيد not here. سيد علاء is here. غالية. غالية not here. أحمد سعيد أحمد علي. أحمد سعيد not here. محمد بلال.
Yes.
عبد الله محمد عبد الرزاق. عبد الله محمد عبد الرزاق not here. حسن علي عطية جاسم.
Yes, دكتور.
حسن علي.
Yes, دكتور. Okay, دكتور.
You
Yes,
are Hassan?
Yes, I am حسن علي
Hassan?
عطية. Yes, حسن.
Okay, thank you. فاطمة نظيم or sorry فاطمة ناظم جمعة التيتون. ها فاطمة not here. علي إبراهيم عباس. علي إبراهيم عباس not here. عائشة إبراهيم خميس. عائشة not here. إبراهيم عيسى علي عبد الله. إبراهيم عيسى not here. راشد قاسم. راشد
Yes.
قاسم.
Yes.
فاطمة عبد اللطيف عبد المالك. عبد المالك she's not here. عايشة محمد عبد الله أحمد. عايشة محمد عبد الله not here. أمين is here. زياد صالح.
Yes, I hear.
حمزة أحمد. حمزة not here. رقية.
Yes.
رقية thank you. فاطمة علي عبد الله علي الأسود.
Yes.
she's here. هبة is here. أحمد يوسف.
Yes.
إيمان أحمد عبد الرحمن. إيمان أحمد عبد الرحمن is not here and عقيلة is here. Okay. I don't know where are these students. Anyways, you have percentage of attendance and this can also block you from entering your final exam. Sorry?
I am here, Hussein Ali.
Where have you been, Hussein?
No, I going out at 2:30.
Why you will go out? I said I will take the attendance. You're not
No.
supposed to go out of the class till I myself go out of the class.
Because internet not connecting. When I am in the office, I'm going to return to home.
What is your name?
Hussein Ali.
Hussein Ali Abd al-Shahid?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. See you inshallah on Tuesday. Study, review, study, review. Send me your essays for me to correct. It is really very important.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, my dear.
You.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you so
you,
much.
Doctor.
Thank you all.
Okay.
Bye
Thank you,
bye.
Doctor.
Thank you.
But thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.